What's going on, everybody? Moniz here, and today we're reviewing the BlackBerry KEY2. I've been using this phone for a couple of weeks. There are some great things about this smartphone, but there's a few things that I just don't like. So the first thing that I don't like about this smartphone is the camera app. On other devices, when you push the icon beside the camera icon that snaps the photo, it takes you directly into the video. And if you want to access a menu, usually you swipe up or you press the cog button on the top right-hand corner. To access the menu to get to video, you have to push the other icon on the right side, then press video, then it takes you into the video. This is 1 or 2 extra steps compared to other camera applications out there. Again, this is not a big deal, but if you want to make the process very simple and intuitive, it's something you want to be nice and clean. So the other thing is scrolling issues. The one thing that BlackBerry does to really differentiate itself from its competitors is the keyboard. And one thing they've done, which I think is really cool, is bake scrolling into the keyboard itself. But the problem is there's lagging issues with the keyboard. Like when you swipe up and down, it kind of just moves a little bit. Sometimes you get like a spurt of scrolling, but overall it just doesn't work well. You can use the screen, that's nice and fine, but if you're scrolling on the keyboard, it's something to look out for. The next issue I was having was Bluetooth connectivity, something that I think is inexcusable in 2018. You see, I use this device with 2 different truly wireless earbuds and a pair of neck buds because usually they have a stronger connection to your smartphone. I would take this indoors, connectivity was great, but as soon as you would step outside, Bluetooth would disconnect, and this was very frustrating. I had to hold the phone next to my chest in order for Bluetooth to stay connected. Now, whether this is a single issue with my specific device, or maybe it can be fixed with a firmware update, it's something that shouldn't be happening in 2018. Now, the next one is not the biggest deal, but it's something I should still point out, and it's a notification delay. Right now at the top of the phone, you see all my notifications, but watch this. Watch the delay that happens when I turn on the smartphone. So I'm gonna unlock the device, nothing's there, then finally it pops up. Now this is not a big deal, but it just shows that the software installed in this phone needs some more refinement. So another issue is touch delays. So let's say, for example, I have a web page open and I want to go home. If I tap the home button, sometimes I have to tap it more than once for it to work. These are small issues, but again, things that should be working on your smartphone. You have to be very precise on where you touch it on the home button. If you're a little bit upwards too much or downwards, it's not going to work. You have to be precisely in the middle. So bear with me, 2 more things. Vibration motor. Vibrates great, you can feel it in your pocket, you can hear it on a desk, but there's a big rattling going on inside, and I personally think the vibration motor itself is not housed properly in the case. Look, we have a phone call coming in, listen carefully. And the last thing is the mono speaker. It gets very loud, which is great. You want to be able to hear your smartphone in a small room, but there are a couple of issues. The first one is it's very harsh when it's maxed out. The second issue is every time you start and stop a song, there's a glitch, and that glitch sounds like a distortion or a scratching noise. All right, time to talk about the good stuff. I know this sounds like a big downer so far, but there are some great things about this smartphone. And the first thing is the battery life. If you're a road warrior, if you're someone who requires to get through 2 days of use, you're gonna get it from the BlackBerry KEY2. Hands down, easily get through 2 days with medium use. If you're a hardcore user, probably a day and a half, but no problem taking it into the next. The second thing is the keyboard. If you're looking for a great keyboard on a product, this is pretty much your only option. The issue I had with the KEY1 was that the keyboard itself felt very cheap. This one is definitely a step above the previous device. It feels a lot more clicky, there's a nice sound to it. Overall, it feels a lot more like the original Bold days. And the last thing is the shortcuts. On the previous KEY1, the way you had to do was long press a key in order to jump to that shortcut. With the new version, there's a specific key dedicated for shortcuts overall. This key allows you to basically bind any letter on your keyboard to a specific application. Now, if you're, let's say, someone in PR, if you're someone who is a manager of a multitude of people who's constantly bouncing in and out of applications and pretty much tied down to their smartphone all day, you're gonna love the keyboard functionality. This phone is for you. Or maybe you're an old corporate user who's bouncing back and forth in Excel and checking their email. The shortcuts come into play. Performance. This is something that previous Key1 users had with their devices. It just wasn't good. The phone would slow down after 3 weeks of use. That's been fixed with the Key2, at least in the short time that I've been using it. Now, to make sure this continues, I'm going to continue using the device for the next month and a half to 2 months to see if performance remains the way it is now. Now, it's not as fast as a Snapdragon 845. It's not going to quickly load up web pages, but it's still fast enough to have an enjoyable experience. Tie this in with Android 8.0, you're Gucci. Finally, the display is fine. It's 4.5 inches. Because you're using a 3:2 aspect ratio, the screen feels bigger than it really is, which is great for productivity users who use documents and Excel. You're gonna find you have a lot more screen real estate to work with. And the camera. BlackBerry's improved their camera since the Key1. This year, it's still a great camera. Definitely not top 5. You are lacking some dynamic range in daylight shots, but the one area that it really suffers is low light. Low light performance is just not that great. And as you can see here, I have it compared to the Huawei P20 or the P20 Pro. The other thing, you do now have portrait mode. And again, here's another great example of showing you the differences. So this brings me to my conclusion. The BlackBerry KEY2 has a lot of great things going for it, like battery life, decent performance, a good display, but the main issues that I'm having with this device right now is software issues. There's a lot of little problems that ruin the overall experience. And at the end of the day, this is a $650 device. I personally think you should hold off on buying this until a lot of these issues are solved first. Once they're solved, I definitely have no problem recommending this phone. If you're a productivity user, if you're a keyboard warrior, this device really speaks out to you. I really did enjoy my experience using this device. So that wraps up my review of the BlackBerry KEY2. If you have any more questions, let me know on the comments below, and I'm gonna be releasing an updated new video on IGTV answering all of them. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.